for him.
So, matter of fact, now that we're in here in this safe spot, and it's so wonderful that we found it, that I knew it. Um, what if we just have like a small training session, a sparring session, to see if we can, I don't know, like gain some experience from it?
I
That
just
being,
helped heal you.
yeah, that being said, you would have to you will actually be hurting each other unless you're specifically trying not to. Like either you're pulling your punches and you're not really fighting, or if you're going to actually spar, you will be taking damage. However, tonight you're getting a long rest and getting all your health back. So it's up to you.
I mean,
I mean,
I will say
Tyrell.
again, the point of knowing a safe location in the midst of a journey is that you are safe that night. So there's not a watch and nothing is going to ambush you at this location. Otherwise, it's not really a safe house.
Fight, 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 fight.
Yeah.
If
Cyrell
it's your
is,
first night, Cyrell, you have to fight.
trying to hurt me.
I approach Edrahel and I go, oh, and I kind of size him up a little bit. And I go, so you want to fight?
Yes.
It's coming on my life.
Well, I think it's about time, like someone else, that we as a party decide who's better, the elves or the dwarves. And I think we already know.
yeah, and then when yeah, and then when he's saying that, I just crouch, and it's like, yeah, we already know. And then I just like stand up and look at Will, and it's like, Will, are you willing to learn some skills?
I go, Will, watch and learn.
Right when he says that, the watch and learn, I have my loop ready and like for special effect, special drama.
Cyrell, this apparently is going to be a free-for-all, so anyone who wants to join, feel free. Do you think Will would like to spar and learn some things? Or do you think he's just going to watch?
If there's a chance he might actually get hurt, I think he would just watch.
Okay. He'll get hurt. He wouldn't be
He will get hurt.
fatally
I repeat,
wounded.
For sure.
He will get hurt.
Yeah.
I repeat, that boy's gonna get hurt. Here is what I say. I go. See, I don't think it's enough to just win. We need to have some real stakes. So I'm thinking, whoever wins gets to decide the name for our little party here.
Oh no! Somebody beat
Oh
me.
no!
And I gotta say, I got some pretty good names cooking up in me noggin.
Edgehell, you have to win.
Okay, is anyone joining besides Nebuchadnezzar and Edrahel?
I think I might just watch this one.
All right.
Same
Haley, you're
with
providing mood music. Dala also
Yes.
would like to watch. Cyrell and
I
Will
go,
just watching.
Bet on me.
We're just watching.
All right.
Oh wow, okay, man.
I would like to know a little bit more about the area. Like, how is it?
It's literally almost like a coliseum. It's a 20-foot wide
Stop Las Vegas.
circle that you guys are all in, and it's completely surrounded by wooden trees and bark and everything. It's completely enclosed. You have a small campfire in the center. It's think of the clearing as shaped kind of like a bullet, where it's a column and then it kind of forms a cone at the top as the trees close in on each other.
And there's no way for him to climb up.
There is
these
not.
wall- Yeah, good. Okay,
There's
just
no
making
pressure.
just making sure.
Yeah.
You don't know what your own safe area looks like, Edrahel?
I'm just saying, it just seems that it's just popping in my mind as we're going.
Well, now it is one of my favorite times.
I'm gonna roll up my sleeves, kind of get my
I
muscles.
pull out
Just
parchment.
say. Roll for initiative.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure that I spin my hammer with a nice little flare. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah. All right. I got a nat 1 for my initiative.
Thankfully, you cannot critically succeed or fail on initiative, so still add your initiative
So
modifier.
I imagine my guy's just like showing off so much. He's like not even paying attention to anything that Trail's doing. He's like, he's just like that Bane meme. You know, like Bane's just like has his hands out. That's just what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I
It's
gotta
like,
say,
when you get in someone's face, like hands down, face presented. Well, you want to fight? You want to fight? And then you just punch you in the face. So with your initiative modifier, what is it?
Who me with that 1?
You can't crit succeed.
So I have a 2 then. I have a 2 for my initiative.
I'm guessing Edgerhell's higher than that because that's 30.
yes, it is higher than that.
All right.
Okay.
So, Edgerhell, you have the top of the round. Nebuchadnezzar, you're up next.
All right, Edgerhell. Let's see what we're gonna do here.
Going for the dwarf.
No, I'm not gonna attack itself. So how much space is between us? Just asking. Like
That's
when
up to
do
you
we
guys.
start?
What would you like to set for the beginning of the fight?
I think a solid 10 feet, but I'll let you decide. I'll let you decide.
Are we gonna have rounds? Like for example, we start only like no weapons and then we start drawing, or what do you want?
That's up to you.
I'm just gonna start swinging until you go down.
Sounds like weapons it is.
Weapons it is. All right.
Cyrell sits Will down and he's pointing at them. He's like, look at these fools fight.
I'm going to draw this show.
I'm gonna obviously
really short
wink.
if you had just
I'm gonna
done
wink
fisticuffs
at,
a little
at
not too
the
long ago.
ladies here, kind of, and that's what I'm gonna do. That was disgusting.
All right, Edgerhell, you are 10
Dwarf.
feet away from Nebuchadnezzar. What are you doing?
I look at Will and I say like, okay, look, one of the things that you gotta learn is that the weapons don't matter if the actual person is not a good fighter. So I just
You
look
have
like,
barely enough time to say that because a round is 6 seconds.
oh, come on.
You're like explaining it.
Will, look and learn. All right. And then I just like move back a little bit, start taunting him, start just like walking around. That's all I'm doing for my round.
Okay.
Okay. Do you maintain the 10-foot distance or are you getting
Yes.
further away? 10
I'm
feet
like,
away. All right. So you start to circle Nebuchadnezzar and taunt him a little bit. Cyrell, give me an intelligence check for Will. Nebuchadnezzar, your turn. What's up?
All right. So I'm gonna also walk kind of with him a little bit, kind of pace him. I'm gonna actually do insight check to kind of see if I can read his next movement. Kind of just keep an eye on him, kind of see if he's gonna strike first or not. So I guess my goal is like with this insight to see if he decides to do like a dodge action or something like that. That's what I'm trying to insight to know for my next attack.
Okay. Yeah. I'll allow it. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Because the point of the matter is, like, if he just front on strikes me, then I'll know he's just gonna strike me. But if he's trying to do something else, I want to be insightful of what his.
Sure. You've seen him fight a few times now, so.
So I'm kind of walking around. I roll a 5. I'm not very insightful.
Yeah, you're trying to read him, but honestly, the taunting is starting to aggravate you, and you feel the rage building up inside of you.
Yeah. So.
What'd you get for Will?
Will got a 3. He's a little confused about why 2 grown adults are fighting right now.
All right.
Because we're men. That's why I say to him.
For whatever reason, Nebuchadnezzar just yells out, "Because we're men!"
My insight was so bad that I read the wrong person.
Are you doing anything else on your turn, Nebuchadnezzar?
So I imagine like the campfire is kind of in between us right now.
Yeah. So basically, here's the campfire. This is you, and this is Nebuchadnezzar.
So I imagine that we're like rotating around the fire
Basically.
right now. Yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of do that. I've already done my action with like that insight check. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. Top of the round, Edgerhell. This is going great for combat so far.
Yeah.
We're trying to build up that so like expense factor,
So what just happened? Della went to sleep.
She's got
I'm sure she'll be back. Keep
She got a
going.
notification on her phone too. It the video.
Okay. Well, all right. So what I do is like I'm not gonna have so I don't have my weapons right now because I left them on the side, right? But I know that Nebuchadnezzar has his axe drawn. Is that correct?
I'm using my warhammer, my two-handed warhammer.
All right. Let's see if this works out. I start just going a little bit more. Is it possible for me to swing from the branches that are covered?
There are no real branches inside this area. It's mostly smooth.
I see. Dang. Okay, so that doesn't work. So what I'm gonna do is just run straight at him and try to kick him.
Okay. So make an attack roll.
Whip the leg.
You're playing it. Break that leg.
Break his tiny little legs.
So D20 plus your proficiency bonus and your actually you're not proficient in hand-to-hand combat, I don't believe.
I don't think so.
Okay, so roll a D20 and add your strength modifier.
Oh no.
My strength, so that's a 19.
Okay.
Oh, you rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Yes.
My
Does that hit?
my AC is only a 14, so yes, that hits.
That hits. So roll damage with you not having like your hand-to-hand really being a thing. You get a D2 of damage. So roll a D4, and then a 1 or a 2 is 1 point of damage. A 3 or a 4 is 2 points of damage.
2. So 1 point of damage.
So 1 point of damage. So Nebuchadnezzar, you take
Plus
1
your
point of
strength.
damage. What was that?
Does he add his strength to that, or does he add his dexterity to the kick?
Nope.
Nothing.
Neither one, because it's basically an improvised weapon, effectively. If he was more of a martial class, like a monk or something, they get better stuff. Edrahel, you run up and you kind of try to punt him a little bit, like a small dwarf. But his armor is actually really heavy, and you almost kind of hurt your shin as you give him a bit of a kick and slam into the side of his knee, but his really mostly unflinched by it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just kind of laugh at his face, and then I do a reckless attack, which gives me advantage.
Yep, and he'll have advantage on his next attack.
And I'm using my two-handed warhammer.
I'm just going
Dun, 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 dun.
I would say that I feel bad, but my guy doesn't really feel that bad. Okay. So that's okay. All right. I got a 21 to hit.
Yeah, I think so.
That hits, yeah.
All right. And then I did a total of six damage to you.
Well, that's not bad.
Not bad. A little, just a little, give him a little whacking in the gut there.
This is actually the easiest combat because I don't actually have to track health, so I gotta just watch. Okay, so Nebuchadnezzar, Edrahel runs towards you and he gives you a bit of a kick in the side of the knee, and then kind of winces a little bit afterwards, and you just laugh at him, and then you swing up your warhammer and slam it right into his gut. Edrahel, you stumble back a couple feet as you realize that Nebuchadnezzar is neither playing around nor pulling his punches, nor punching. As he's using his warhammer.
The whole time, I say to him, be like, for my turn, and I'll go pick up your weapon. Come on.
Is it possible for me to, I don't know what kind of check this would be, but to put him in a lock, just start going around side to side and go behind him and put him in a lock?
Yeah, so that would be a grappling, which is a test of strength. Each of you would make a strength check, and the higher strength succeeds.
Strength or dexterity?
Strength. Grappling is strength.
Or dexterity?
Unfortunately, you're
Nat
picking the
20,
wrong
nat
guy to
20,
grapple.
nat 20.
Well, I will say like this, Edrahel, is my guy does still have 2 levels of exhaustion, so I will be at disadvantage on my strength throws. So just to,
And he's not raging, so he can't cancel it out.
Nope. So you might actually have a pretty good chance at overcoming me on this one.
Let's find out.
Does Edrahel gain any bonuses because Nebuchadnezzar used reckless attack last time?
Not on this. It gives you advantage on attack rolls, not ability checks. Grapple is just an ability check.
All right.
So Nebuchadnezzar, you have disadvantage. Make a strength check. Edrahel, Just a normal strength check. D20 plus your strength modifier.
Is it isn't grapple a athletics, or is that a strength save? Would I use a strength save for it, or would I just use raw strength?
Believe it is just a normal strength check.
All right.
Nothing fancy on top of that.
So, well, I rolled my 2 dice here. One of them was an 18, but the other one was a nat 1.
Wait, no.
What did you roll?
Disadvantage, right?
I had disadvantage. I had
So why did
disadvantage
you roll twice?
because I used the lower of 2 numbers, because that's what disadvantage is. So if you can roll
We got
anything more than a nat 1, you have to roll better than a nat 1 to get me.
I rolled better than that one. It's wonderful.
You're kidding me.
That's all we need to know.
What did you? I want to know what you got.
What did you roll?
Okay. It is an athletics. It is an athletics check.
Okay, well,
got
I
17.
still got a
nat
nat
one.
1 either way, so.
Yeah.
Is that 17? You said.
Yeah, with the athletics check, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
If I did not have that, if I was
so
not so
Ezreal
tired.
does like a 1-2 kind of thing, and then you kind of follow him to the right, but then he dips over to the left, and by the time you kind of swing over with your hammer, he's behind you and he's got you in a lock. So you are now currently grappled. Your speed is 0, and you can still fight, but yeah.
All right.
You can't benefit from any bonuses to your speed. Technically, attacks against you have advantage because you're grappled, but
you can't really
he's also
attack
the
me.
one grappling you. So yeah, it's a little different when there's not other people involved.
Do I have a bonus action?
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
say-
grappling would be your
like
action,
this?
so you still have a bonus
Give
action.
me a Dutch rub.
Can I give him a Dutch rub?
Okay.
All right.
Never heard of it called that before.
Well,
Usually call them
Noogie?
noogies.
you can
but-
call it a noogie, or you can call it the Dutch rub. You can either or.
I see.
All right.
Well, we learn something new every day. Thank you.
You know, I have some.
All right. So you kind of dig into his rough, coarse dwarvish hair a little bit. That is your turn, Nebuchadnezzar.
All right. So just the humiliation is just beyond repair at this point.
Yeah.
You know, beyond repair. Just so my goal is like he's got me. I want to get him from behind, and I want to like suplex him into the fire with myself involved as well.
Dude, what are you
Whoa. Okay.
So I guess I'll be a post-strength check, I imagine.
Yes. Effectively, this would be like trying to break the grapple. So both of you make your strength athletics check.
Alrighty, get that +3 athletics. Who I got here? Oh my gosh, I got a 3 and a 2, which means my maximum's a 5.
I got a 9.
So Edrahel, Nebuchadnezzar kind of turns and manages. Your back is to the fire. You can't really tell what's going on. And he starts to shove, and you actually feel yourself kind of lifting off the ground a little bit. He's really strong. You can tell that he's really tired, which is the main reason that you feel yourself kind of lifting off the ground, but he's not able to do whatever it is that he's trying to do. So Edrahel, you don't know that he's trying to throw you into the fire, but you do know that he was trying to pick you up in some way. Do you have anything you would like to do for a bonus action, Nebuchadnezzar?
So I want to like, and maybe this won't be an attack roll, but I just want to like stomp on his toes with my boot.
Sure.
Yeah. So bam.
You give him a little stomp, Edrahel. It hurts a little bit. You kind of kick your foot around. It doesn't do any damage, but it makes you very uncomfortable. Edrahel, your turn.
Okay, so I already have him grappled. Is it possible for me to lock him into submission? Like for him to give up.
Like to tap out.
Yes.
I would say you could make an acrobatics check to try and like give him an arm bar or something. Make an acrobatics check.
An arm bar. Okay. Does
do
he
I do
still
a-
has his warhammer on his hand?
What was that?
Does he? Do you still have your warhammer, Nebuchadnezzar?
Yeah. So I like have it in one hand at this point.
Okay.
So like yeah.
Now let's just do that acrobatics check just to see if I can.
Should I oppose that? with my athletics?
This is effectively an attack roll, so no.
Okay.
I'm going to allow it if it hits your AC.
Okay.
Then no, I didn't hit him.
What'd you get?
I got a 10.
Oh, yeah.
10?
Didn't hit me.
Okay. So you try and get a good grip on his arm and lock it under the hammer that he's holding and try and get some pressure on his elbow or his shoulder or something. But his armor is actually still covered in quite a bit of muck and blood from the battle earlier that day. It hasn't been cleaned yet, and you're not able to get the grasp that you need to get that submission in play.
All right.
Nebuchadnezzar.
All right. So my goal here is to just do an opposed strength check and try to break out of the grapple.
Okay, both of you make your athletics checks. Tyrell, give me another intelligence check for Will.
Sure.
And I got a 10, by the way.
21.
Oh, my gosh. This disadvantage is killing me, man.
What?
Yep. What did you get for Will?
Will got a 4. He's still confused. Two grown men are wrestling near fire.
And it's really awkward. They're just kind of like doing this.
It's just a bunch of
for like
grunting,
the last 20
you know.
seconds, not really moving.
Like,
It's like a fierce hugging battle at the moment. You're not able to break free of the grapple just yet, Nebuchadnezzar. Edgerhell.
The whole idea was for Will to learn, man.
he's learning how to wrestle a like dwarf. To wrestle a
Good thing that I
mad
don't know
dwarf.
that, so okay, yeah. I'm gonna take his warhammer off his hand.
Ooh. I will
Is
oppose
it
that, my
possible?
man.
You want to disarm him.
Yes. And if possible, for me to keep the warhammer.
So you wanna pry the warhammer out of his hands and hold on to it.
So
You would have to release
okay.
your grip on my neck.
I want to see if I can do it. If I cannot do it safely, then I would just rather just disarm him. So you know what? I'm just gonna disarm him. Yeah.
Okay, so you need to make an attack roll, just a normal attack roll. Nebuchadnezzar, you can resist with an athletics or acrobatics check.
I think I'll do the athletics check.
I had a feeling.
Yep.
So Edgerhell, this is a normal attack roll. To do this, you will have to willingly let go of the grapple to free your hands. So whether you succeed or fail, he will no longer be grappled on his turn.
All right. I fail. I got a 3.
You
Well,
got a 3?
I'm
Well, hold on,
rolling.
he could get a natural 1.
I got a 14.
Okay. So Nebuchadnezzar, you feel Edgerhell's grip around your neck and upper body loosen. You pry yourself away and turn to fight him. And as you turn, Edgerhell's hands immediately grab onto your warhammer, and he tries to pry it off of you. But you actually just kind of bring your knee up into his gut, which causes his grip to loosen a little bit. You pry your weapon back. It is now your turn. You've got your weapon, and he's standing in front of you.
All right. Let's think here. All right, so my goal is to do like a sweeping attack on his legs, and not to hit him with like directly like the round part of the hammer, but with like the bar of the hammer, just to knock him off his feet. So I don't really care if I do too much damage or not. My goal is to get him prone.
Okay. So I would say make an attack roll. If you succeed, you'll do half damage. Edgerhell, make a dexterity saving throw.
I got a nat 20.
I didn't get a nat 20.
Just so you guys know, with contested things like that, if you had both gotten a natural 20, the rules in 5e are nothing changes. So if you go into that action both standing up and you both tie on your save, like if he got a 17 and you got a 17, he would fail at knocking you over because nothing would change. If you're trying to pick a lock and or if there's like two parties pushing on a door, one person's trying to open it, the other person's holding it closed, and you tie. If going into that check, the door wasn't budging, the door continues to not budge. So if there's a tie, no conditions change. So that's just something to know if you guys had tied. It would have been a failure on the part of Nebuchadnezzar if you had tied. However, he got a natural 20, and you did not. So technically, you deal double damage on a crit, and I said to do half damage. So just roll damage, and he'll take the normal damage.
Okay. I got a 7.
Okay, Edrel, you take 7 points of damage, and you are knocked prone.
From my feet. All right.
All right.
Nebuchadnezzar, you can move, and you have a bonus action now.
Well, I'm going to stand over him because I'm pretty sure if you stand up from prone, it provokes an attack of opportunity, I believe.
It does not.
Really?
It uses half of his movement. Yep. Attacks of opportunity are either when you leave someone's melee range, or if that person has Sentinel when you enter their melee range.
Okay. Well, since he's prone, he cannot use one against me this turn. So I will back up 5 feet.
Okay.
So he can't grab my legs.
All right. So you step out of his melee range. Edrahel, at the start of your turn, you are prone. You can use 15 of your 30 movement to stand up.
I use 15 of my 30 movement to stand up.
Awesome. He's now 5 feet away from you.
5 feet away. I want to jump towards him and grapple him again.
Okay. You know what to do. Contested athletics check.
Right. Oh my gosh, I rolled another nat 1. I'm just like, come at me. He's like, jumps on me. I'm just like, okay.
This is like, Edrahel can take like one more hit from your hammer before he drops.
I know he can, but I cannot. He's just too quick for me. He's like too slippery. He's a slippery, greased up elf man that I cannot.
Edrahel, what did you get? Did you get a natural one?
No, I got a 17. 16,
okay.
Sorry.
So you actually back up a couple steps towards the fire, and then you go 1, 2, jump. And as you do, Nebuchadnezzar, you try and bring your hammer up so that he just lands on your hammer. But he actually kind of puts his hand on your hammer and pushes it and does kind of like into a rolling motion. And you land on his back. Your legs are up on his sides. Your arms and your upper back are on, like your chest, are on the back of his neck, and he's now carrying you as you've grappled him from above. Your feet are no longer on the ground. You're kind of riding it like an adult riding a children's bicycle.
All right.
Cyril says to the rest of the party, friends, can you help educate Will here? What you see how they're fighting? What do you advise to do better next time?
Maybe don't drink before you fight.
Good lesson. Good lesson. Hear that, Will? What else?
Solid lesson.
I'm like, like a spit on my beard, you know.
Hey, we should come up with a group name before their fight is over so that it's just settled before they even win.
Agreed. Dala, Elvikar, anything else you have to educate poor Will here, or any group names before these?
I have an idea.
Oh, yes, please.
So we've been a lot of talk about like darkness and light and like fighting against the darkness. So I realize we haven't really had any like majorly big battles yet, but I kind of like to think that we're like championing the like fight against the darkness. So about the champions of light.
Sold. It's gonna be better than anything that dwarf can come up with.
True. He'll probably.
I like how you guys are betting against Edrahel right now.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
You're saying if Edrahel ran away and just shot Nebuchadnezzar with arrows, fight the dwarf until he dies. Dala, Eldikar, anything you want to say?
You guys should place some bets.
I'm still going for the dwarf. Just because I think it's funny.
Dala, you're on mute, Dala.
I will unmute her.
Christina.
There we go. You're fine. We didn't hear what you said.
I said, if there's any advice that I could give you, it's don't be like them. Don't be dumb like them. Don't be like them.
I was just like going back and forth around the camp. Like,
I didn't know we were gonna have dinner and a show.
Nebuchadnezzar.
All right, so I'm gonna drop my warhammer so I can get a better grip on him. You know, so I'm just gonna kind of let that fall aside, which could change the tide of the fight. We'll see what happens. And then once again, I'm going to try to suplex him, but now I'm far from the fire, so I'm just trying to get him on the ground. So just kind of like hurl him over me.
All right.
And slam him down. So do I
Athletics
oppose
checks?
athletics? Yep.
Edgehell, you can defend with athletics or acrobatics.
All right, I'm gonna go with athletics.
And I got a 9.
15.
Okay, so
All
I
right.
fail.
You go to sort of suplex him over, but every time you lean forward, he kind of pulls back to throw off your center of gravity. It just keeps you from being able to get the leverage you need to flip him over. Bonus actions?
Can I start to walk back, hopefully to slam against like the wall? Otherwise, can I walk him back or no?
No, when you're grappled, your movement is 0.
Okay. So I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna try to talk, but no one knows what I'm saying.
Okay. Edgehell, you're up.
All right, so you said that I'm off the ground, right?
Correct. You are riding him like a bicycle, like a really weird bicycle. With
Do I have
air.
advantage if I were to bring him
What's
to
a
the floor?
bicycle?
What was that, Edgehell?
Would I have advantage if I tried to bring him to the floor?
Yeah, I would say you do because he's grappled. If you want to try and get him on the ground to like do some floor wrestling, yeah.
I do. I want to try that.
All right.
If possible, I would like to do it so that he is face down on the floor.
Okay. That would be kind of like a called shot in combat, which gives you disadvantage. So if you specifically want him to be face down, I'm going to get rid of the advantage. If you just want to make sure that he's prone, you have advantage.
We're gonna just going to the floor.
Okay. So you have advantage. Nebuchadnezzar, you have disadvantage.
Of course. Of course.
What check would it be?
Athletics.
Athletics. All right.
You should be glad that I don't have any more rages left.
Right.
I
The
can't-
rage would really change the title.
Yeah. But, all right. Okay. Oh, I got 2 9s. This means I got a 12 for my total.
18.
Oh my gosh.
Man, disadvantage, man. That's rough.
I just decided to eat dirt on my own for free will. Just,
It doesn't take too much Edgehell for you to get him prone on the ground, as carrying the extra weight of you has made him a little weak in the knees. You're very large compared to him.
Weak in the knees.
You are able to knock him prone. Is there anything else you would like to do with a bonus action?
So he's on his knees right now. That's what you're saying.
What was that?
He's on his knees?
No. His knees buckled. He's on the ground.
Okay.
So I'm on the ground and you're on top of
I
me.
want to give him a wet willy. Just
Oh, wet Willie.
You succeed in giving him a wet willy. Nebuchadnezzar, you feel a slimy worm-like thing go towards your ear as you try and ride.
Just so you know, there's just a lot of hair in my ears. So when you get in there, it is not a pleasant experience for you.
thank you.
It probably hurt you more than it hurt me.
Cyrell says, "Well, do you see the dishonor that is going on right here?"
This guy has a thing about ears. He's always trying to get things. He's trying to get the ears for the trolls, trying to get my ears.
As long as he learns something, I'm good.
Elder Card's like, dishonor, this is just hilarious.
Dishonor. All right. So my goal is just to roll back and break out the grapple. So I'm just trying to
That's an athletics check.
Yeah, just basic athletics. I got a 10. My disadvantage.
All right. I got a 4.
All right. So
Okay, so you roll over and you give him a couple elbows in the side, knock the wind out of him, and you're able to roll off of him. Would you like to use your movement to stand up?
I think that what I'll do is I'm not gonna stand up. I'm more gonna get a crouch to defend against any of the other grabbles he's gonna try to get me. Something big.
Okay. Do you pull your shield out? Do you pull it off your back and use it?
I don't own a shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You don't.
I will look at Halo. I go, play the song. She's trying to do a reading of books like that.
How is this life right now? Okay, continue.
Edgehell, you're up.
Okay. Oh, boy. What am I going to do now? What am I going to do? I've already tried grappling him 2 times. Anyway, I'm not saying these things. I'm just thinking.
When you gonna start hurting each other?
I feel bad for him because like I'm just like beating the crap out of him.
But
He's like kicks me in the shin. Like that's the worst.
How did
So
this become
creepy for
fight
someone
club?
who's been with you guys for a day and a half. When are you gonna start hurting each other? What you doing, Edgel?
I wanna pick up his warhammer.
Okay.
Okay, you can.
Pick it up. Yeah, it's
So
yours.
I'm picking up his warhammer, and what I want to do is just like swing it and throw it at him.
Oh my gosh. The disrespect levels are reaching a new high.
We got
Oh.
he's shot putting over here. What is going on?
Warhammer does not have the finesse tag, so yeah, you can throw it.
So the thing is that I want to throw it I want to throw it like trying to, of course, hit him, but as a distraction. So as soon as I throw it, I start running towards him.
But I will say this, that if he can get a nat 20 on that thing, I will count it as knocking me out cold.
Because it probably would.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want that?
Yeah.
Make your attack roll, Edgel. This will be using strength, not dexterity.
So you could end the fight right here, bro.
It's a natural 10.
Okay. You
10
did.
plus strength.
Oh, the strength?
Yeah, it's strength.
Oh yeah, 10.
10.
I have a 14, so
Yeah, even if I don't know if you have proficiency with improvised weapons, but even if you did, it wouldn't get you to 14. So you chuck the warhammer. As he throws it, Nebuchadnezzar, make a dexterity saving throw.
all right. And thankfully, my saving throws are not at disadvantage. So I got a 19.
He chucks it at you, and it's kind of spinning through the air. And as it's coming towards you, you actually stand up, and you catch it while it's in the air, flying past you. So you now have your warhammer in your hand as Edgel charges towards you.
Since I am charging, can I tackle him in the same one as a bonus action?
No, that would be an attack. He is running towards you, Nebuchadnezzar. It is now your turn.
So with the top of my hammer, I'm just gonna go bam. I'm just gonna give him a good old hit in the nose there if I can. But this will not be a called shot. It will just be a normal.
Yep.
But actually, you know what? I'm gonna make this a reckless attack. So I'll get
Advantage.
on there. Yeah. I go Tom to go to sleep, elf, and then I get a unnat 20.
That hits. Roll damage.